And we're live. Well, not really live, but recorded in raw and unedited. So what you see is how I just organically went through my process. And we're going to go today with the Forex pair eurocad. And I've always paid attention to this one, being a Canadian and having lived many years in Europe. I always had an eye out for that pair. All right, so what do we have here? Okay, about 10 years back, monthly candle chart. There seems to have been a breakdown. Maybe a shorter term here, and then after that there was a bigger breakdown at this level. I always like going back through the charts and seeing how moves panned out, and then after that come down to the current affairs and see how we're going to play it. Practice makes perfect. Keep doing it, and then you just get better at it or notice new things. And sometimes you want to experiment a little bit. Most of the time you don't want to experiment, but sometimes it's always good to look and see if there's a different point of view, something else that's different. Don't get too complicated about it. Just it's always keep an open-minded for anything else related to your art. All right, so top to bottom here. Broke down this candle here. You would have put a sell stop right above, and you would have entered right here. And that's actually a pretty nice risk to reward ratio right there. Small candle on the breakout, permitting you to join in the fun. And look at that target. That's a pretty steep target. And it was a few months later. There you go. It was reached. And since then, we've had, maybe that was a downward channel. Charts more right, so you don't see, there's formations within formations. And I always try to grab the most, start by the furthest out possible, and then I move in. To get a better timing of when to enter. So you see, even here, like if you look long term, like 10 years, is like maybe this is a descending channel being tested eventually here to the top. Okay, I was going to remove that line. Where's my delete? Remove this trend line. All right, just to clean it up a little bit. Move these. All right. Here there was a breakout to the top. Even there's that slanted line, but there's also here on the shorter term that pattern here that's going to give you a launch out. Top. The bottom, added to the breakout line, which would be this candle here. So right now you have your breakout. These are pretty nice. I like these short candles with eurocad. Permits you with a pattern which is has a larger measured move, the height to bottom added to breakout line. So it permits you to go in, have a sell stop underneath that candle, protected by the support it provides. The multiple tests on the weekly and daily probably of that support. And a target far off. So the ratio here is probably 1 and 1, 2, 3, maybe 1 to 4. That's pretty good. Target reached, and then time moves on. We're approaching today, and right now we seem to have this big 1, 2, 3, 4 year sideways action. Consolidation, and there's some shorter, and it seems to be wanting to go up and above. The furthest target would be this top to bottom, added to the breakout line. That's the least conservative target. Let me set those targets for those smaller patterns within that bigger pattern, and we'll see rapidly why those targets have a higher probability of reaching their target than the large one. Here's that target here for that pattern. Okay, we could just do those two. Put an alert right there. If there's previous resistance, that might slow down our advance towards our target. So right now, and I'll do this shorter pattern here. All right, sorry for all the lines. The setup is huge. Okay, let's move this alert here just to see. Right now, this target of this small launching pattern, which it looks small, but it's on the monthly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like it's a 9-month consolidation pattern. The breakout is this breakout line here at 153. Measured move target 159, and this coincides with some previous resistance. So this one has a higher probability of reaching its target than the other two patterns, which are a little further, which will have to resolve this congestion. If there's still some there, well, we'll find out. And they just might slow down. They might retest your breakout line. It's just the target is valid. You just have to be in you might be in the chart in that trade just a little longer. And let me move that line here, and here this would start hitting some not yet. You would exit right before all that support, all that resistance, and this target, well, it's the furthest one, and you'll be approaching a 10-year high. Probably a lot of resistance right there also, but they're all valid, and it just depends what you're gonna prefer to play. But right now the breakout is not there. I put my alert right on the breakout line, and I'll just come back to this chart when it's triggered, and hopefully the monthly close will be above that breakout line. I like eurocad, nice tight formation, and the targets seem to want to give me some good risk-reward ratios. Maybe not the smaller pattern, depending on what type of candle we have above the breakout line, but it's still good, better, and this is the whole shebang. Just going to get a little look with the RSI. I use the RSI just for see if there's bearish divergence with the price action. My A++ stocks, they don't have any divergence with the RSI. So there's no, it's just that little added value I put in that the trend will continue in the direction that the pattern, the Castle chart pattern broke out and dictates. Higher highs or slightly, and RSI higher highs, no bearish divergence there. Maybe here on the shorter term, lower high, and yeah, maybe here slight bearish divergence. We'll have to wait and see what the RSI looks like when we have our breakout candle. Maybe it's an indication that the price is going to retest this support here, maybe this support here, maybe all the way to the important support at the 135 level. We don't know, and that's all we could do, right? Is wait until we have confirmation. See, my drawing, could this be these targets testing eventually that ascending upper trend line? Probably. Always good to imagine what the next morph chart will be. Add a few candles, one large candle, you have an ascending channel confirmed. Candles going down, then you have some more sideways action, and doesn't take much to have a chart to morph. Am I curious to go on the 5-year chart? Let's go see on the 5-year chart, weekly candles. And yeah, you have to be careful here, right? This is the noise that we don't have on the monthly candles. This is just the bottom of a wick of a candle. All right, my lines are messy. It's a mess. Take that out. There you go. I was just gonna put some X's there. If we go back on the monthly, we're gonna see the wicks that are there. And there's consolidation here. We just have to wait. No signals even on the weekly to play. And daily, 1 year daily candles, same thing. A lot more noise here under that resistance line. That was on the monthly. All this would have given me whipsaws. I would have had to play this differently. And we're closing in. The daily action is closing in on that resistance. So for eurocad, right now it's just a wait and see. But this could be an A++ stock. See those two candles? See the X's? It's the wicks noise. Monthly candles, because you wait for the close of the monthly candle, you take out all the noise. People, it's always a bigger candle that removes that intra-day or intra-candles, whatever they are, smart time frames. Removes all that noise out. All right, I'll let you be. Thank you very much for staying tuned, and see you next time. Bye-bye.